All right, so while I was in Hawaii, I asked the question, like, it's a Lolita question. Would Lolitas basically have a moral stance on, like, a brand? I hesitate to use the word problematic, but would you hesitate to purchase something from a brand should it be found out that that brand had abusive labor practices, like gross statements about colorism and the like? And I have tried to dive into the morality of being a Lolita, but two things are kind of inhibiting me. One, I'm trying to form this so it actually is coherent and makes sense. I know I have a tendency to ramble. I know I have a tendency to kind of go hard off topic. But because I have really been so contemplative about my life and my impact on the world, since I'm not going to have children, like, what is the thing that I can contribute to society? And that's kind of why I've been focused on this morality question so much, because it's just like, you can be an ethical Lolita, you can, like, buy in the most ethical way possible, but two problems beyond just the postulating of this question, or not the postulating, the posing of this question, is like, the more I research, the more I'm coming up against roadblocks. When it comes to Lolita brands, the majority, I'm talking about the Asian brands, the majority of those companies do not have disclosures about how they source their materials, how they treat their workers. There's no information about this. It's primarily because, I'm assuming, this is just an assumption on my part, but I am assuming that the Asian market that they primarily cater to, they don't care where and how their dresses and Lolita accessories, they don't care where and how it gets to be. They just care that it gets on their body. And a lot of people did say that, like, in asking this on Instagram and Reddit, and even on here, everybody was like, it's a hobby, like I do it for fun. And I'm like, I can see that. That makes absolute sense to me. And maybe I shouldn't be poking at hornets' nests that need to be kind of left alone. But I don't know. I struggle with the efficacy of being a Lolita. And I don't want to tell somebody to not have fun or to think negatively of something that brings them joy. Trust me, I'm still going through psychological hell on my half. I'm still going through psychological hell, and right now, not even Lolita is completely making me happy. So, I get it. Happiness is a very brief, very fleeting state of being. And if you don't want to know, I can't say that I blame you. There's a part of my brain that's like, you sure you want to do this? Because this is going to get bad. And I'm like, because researching stuff about Moimouete, I cannot pronounce that. I am so sorry, people of France and anywhere that French is spoken. French is a very difficult language, and I did all this opera I sang. I should have felt I would take in, like, French, but I didn't, so I apologize. But finding out that Mana has had issues where he has said, oh, Lolita should be thin and fair skinned and just all this fucked up kind of stuff. And it's just like, okay. But Angelic Pretty has undergone the same thing. Lolita should be thin and blonde and pretty and just perfectly perfect all day. And it's just like, I get, and this is the other part of this Lolita morality question. Like, a lot of stuff in Asia is kind of steeped in a lot of colorism. And I have covered colorism in Lolita like a lot in my early days of really sitting and doing Lolita vlogs. I have really covered colorism, and I don't know where the colorism came from. From what I had researched recently, the colorism aspect of Asian culture comes from the same ideology that it comes from in Western culture, that people who are dark are dumb because they work outside. The smarter, better, more perfect people are indoors all day. And it's just like, I will never understand the correlation between intellect and melanin production. There's no correlation. There never has been, there never will be. So I wish people would kind of get over that little nugget of histrionics, because it's not, it does not track. As they say, that dog don't hunt. So, but there's a lot of colorism in Lolita, not especially, but given that there's a lot of really weird, fucked up colorism in Asian culture, it tracks. It makes sense. So I could see where, like, oh, Lolitas are supposed to be like white skinned, like a porcelain doll, and just perfect in every way, and poised, and don't eat sweets, and play the violin and piano, and sing opera. I have played the violin, I have played the piano, and I sing opera. So, and I am me. So that blows that out of the water. But yeah, I have been really sputtering hard, and I really want to do this as a topic, but I think it's going to take extensive research, and I think I'm going to have to put a pin in this particular Lolita vlog, because A, it's depressing to hear, oh, you're not invited to that party. You're not porcelain skinned and perfect. You know, perfection is a really weird thing. It doesn't exist in nature. It's not a thing that happens. And, like, I'm looking outside my window right now. That's all this nature out there. There's no such thing as perfect nature. Humans can walk in nature and see a breathtaking scene and be like, wow, this is perfect. This is just perfectly what I needed. It's perfect. But perfection in nature does not exist. I don't know why humans have to do things like that. I don't understand, but there's a lot of stuff in human nature. I'm not invited to that mental party, so there is that. But I think I'm going to put a pin in it, because A, it's depressing. B, I don't want to mess up anybody's good time. Trust me, given the year I've had, and we are only getting to June, given the last half year that I've had thus far, I get wanting to be happy and not do too much deep digging into the morality of Lolita and how some brands are so fucked up. There's abuse in labor practices. Bad abuses in labor practice. There's just colorism and racism and ableism and all the horrible isms in certain brands, and I don't want to mess up y'all's good time. I don't want to do that to you. I don't kind of even want to do that to myself, because, like I said, it's been hard on a bitch out here this year. So I'm gonna put a pin in this. If you want to continue to comment on it, please feel free. Right now, because I am in such a hellified transition, and I'm still trying to figure out my life, my purpose, and all this other shit that I should have probably thought about 20 years ago. I won't be that. We'll say 15 years ago, when I was 35, or 30 when I was 30. Yeah. Instead of thinking about it when you're 45, and I'm not going to say I'm on my way out, but pretty much, according to the internet, I might as well be like a damn Methuselah. Like, I'm so damn old. So, but yeah, I've just been exceedingly like contemplative, and I even broke out an old book. I took ethics. I know I took ethics when I finished college. It was one of the courses I had to take. But I do believe I took an ethics class when I went to school in Alaska. Yes, I went to school in Alaska. One semester. It was terrible, and I don't really like talking about it. But I broke this out trying to find answers. Excuse me. There are no answers. And because, like I said, the majority of Lolita fashion, yes, we have Western designers. Yes, we have American designers. The majority of the designers, though, for, like, the major brands that everybody's mouth just falls open and drool pours, fluffy, lace-ridden drool falls down, are from Japan. And I'm not going to get the information that I need on that stuff, so I'm going to have to put a pin in this. And also, it's going to take extensive research, and just even the surface research was kind of making me a little bit sad and nauseous, so snausish. So we're going to put a pin in this. But please continue to comment if you have anything to add. If you have any Lolita topics, because I realize I have not done, and even now, I'm not in Lolita. I realized I have not done not one damn Lolita vlog this year. So I have a whole ass outfit coming. God only knows if I'll be able to fit into that, because with all this foolishness that I had done the beginning half of the year, my chest is pretty damn big, and I can't fit into a lot of the stuff that I was able to fit into because I'm pretty ragtastic right now, and it's just messing up the whole Lolita situation. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that, but I have a whole outfit, and I don't know if I'm going to do an unboxing because I am in all kinds of bizarre headspaces. So if you have any topics you want me to cover that's not the efficacy of being a Lolita, then I am all ears. I kind of don't want to cover, I haven't heard any drama in a while, thank fucking God, because I can't deal with that right now. But as a whole, if you have anything you want me to discuss or look into, especially if it's interesting, I am all ears. But I gotta put a pin in this one. But thank you for your support. I know my channel has been real fucking random this year, and there's been not a lot of Lolita stuff going on for me. But again, I am in a having to pull this shit when I'm in the transitional period. To quote that movie Pulp Fiction, you're able to pull this shit when I'm in a transitional period. So I don't mean to pull this shit because I'm in transition, but I know my channel has been super weird lately. I haven't even really talked about video games, and it's not for lack of watching video games. I'm in this real fucked up weird headspace. Getting a little better, but I'm still mad off kilter. So, but I am all ears. I am open to any discussions about Lolita. I'm open to discussions about horror games you've seen. You know, on my channel, I literally talk about whatever I want. So if you've come here for Lolita, I apologize. If you come here for video games, I truly thank you, because you guys are really hard to get, and I love when you all subscribe to me. And if you're here just for some random stuff, it is what it is right now. So thank you for your support. I'm going to put a pin in this efficacy question for now, and I will see y'all again soon enough. Okay? Later.